Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today we're going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors potentially trading for Domantas Sabonis. I saw a report this morning that there was a California team that was interested in Domantas Sabonis, and I immediately thought the Golden State Warriors because, look, I think DeAndre Ayton so far for the Los Angeles Lakers played great basketball. The Lakers could definitely be in looking for a big man. It wouldn't shock me, but I don't think the Lakers would be a team that would be in the Domantas Sabonis market. And I think the Clippers have one hell of a center, and it was a Zubac. I think they have the pieces to make a Sabonis trade. I don't think they're a team that would look for Domantas Sabonis. And that just leaves me with the Golden State Warriors as a team that needs Domantas Sabonis. And another thing that makes complete sense is the fact that if you guys remember when Jonathan Kuminga, when all that stuff was going on with him, who was one team that was very interested in him, that was the Sacramento Kings. So if the Kings do decide to move on from Sabonis and move him away, then they could get someone that they really liked in Jonathan Kuminga and some other pieces. But, you know, the three-time All-Star definitely could be a trade piece. And the Warriors still need rebounding. I don't want to hear that the Warriors added Al Horford because the Warriors, in my opinion, this year got worse as a rebounding team than they were last year. Because what the Warriors did was they added an Al Horford, who's really good, but they lost Kevon Looney to the New Orleans Pelicans. Kevon Looney is a way better rebounder than Al Horford is. Al Horford's a way better three-point shooter and a better scorer. But they were a bad rebounding team last year, and the only thing they did at the center position was get rid of Kevon Looney or lose Kevon Looney, then add in Al Horford. They didn't get any better. And Domantas Sabonis is clearly one of the best rebounders in basketball. Each of the last 3 seasons, he has been over 13 rebounds per game. 13 rebounds per game this year with his 15 or 16 points per game and 4 assists per game. That is lower than usual. Averaged last year 6 assists per game, 8 the year before, 7 the year before that. And so yeah, but 10 defensive rebounds per game in the last 2 seasons, and then averaging almost 4 in the last 4 offensive rebounds per game per season in the last 3 seasons, averaging 3.8 in the last 2 and then 3.7 in the 2023-24 season. He's also a really good three-point shooter. This year's not shooting really good from 3, a really low 20% from 3, which is a career low, but averaged 41.7% from 3 in the 2024-25 season, 38% in the 2023-24 season, and 37% in the 2022-23 season. So, yeah, I mean, that is some great three-point shooting before this year. So I think that the Warriors would be a great fit for Sabonis. You know, I think he fits well with them. I just think because, like, even though he hasn't shot well from 3 this year, he's a guy that's been known as a good three-point shooter in the past 3 seasons before this. They like three-point shooting. I think the 2 best fits at the center position for the Golden State Warriors are going to be 2 guys like Domantas Sabonis and Nikola Vucevic, who are 2 guys who, are big men that are going to help with rebounding but identify with a three-point ball. I think that's something the Warriors like is a big man that can shoot the basketball. I think that's one of the reasons why they brought in Al Horford. So, but they need a rebounder. They need a really good rebounder. That's something they're still missing. Sabonis is not going to help them with shot blocking. I don't think he's not a great shot blocker. He's not great defensively, but he is great with rebounding. They don't need. I mean, they've got they've got Draymond defensively. They'll be fine there. If they were to trade for Sabonis, it'd be interesting to see how the Warriors would fit out this whole thing with, like, do Draymond and Sabonis just handshake and hug, and it's like, oh, all forgiven, like you stomped on me and you think I tried to trip you purposely. We've got this beef and drama. What happens there with those 2 guys? That'd be interesting. Do they get to coexist? But I think Sabonis would fit well next to Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. That's all that matters. I don't give a damn. The Warriors shouldn't give a damn about how Draymond Green feels about it. I mean, obviously, I feel like they've done this with Draymond Green in the past, like going to Draymond Green, asking him how he feels about a potential addition. Run it by him, of course. But if Draymond doesn't like this addition, if I were the Warriors organization, I'd be like, screw off. Like, this is something that the Warriors really need, an elite rebounder, and that's what Sabonis is. And I think also he's a really good facilitator and is really good at seeing around the court as a facilitator for a big man. I think he's up there with guys like Nikola Jokic and Alperen Şengün facilitating. Like, those I think those are, at least in my opinion, three of the best facilitating big men in basketball. I think you could throw in a couple other guys in there as well. But those are three guys that can literally be a point guard for you because of, how good of facilitators they are. And so, I think that he'd, again, fit well next to Steph and Jimmy. That's what matters. He'd be that third star next to Jimmy and Steph, and that's all that matters. And I don't want to hear he's not a star. He's a multiple-time All-Star. He's one of the best. He's the best rebounder in basketball. This year, he's not been as tight with scoring at 16 points per game, but he's been a good scorer in the past. Has been a great facilitator. A couple years ago, almost averaged a triple-double. So I think he'd be a great addition for the Warriors. It's just about the price. I think you're going to have to give up Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody in this deal. I think you're going to have to throw in Trace Jackson Davis as a salary filler as well. Probably 2 first-round picks and 2 or 3 second-round picks. Keep in mind, I think that's worth it, though. You need a rebounder. You need an elite rebounder. And Sabonis has a lot left on his contract. He still has 3 years left on his deal. He has this year and then 2+ more years after that. So it'd be a good trade for the Warriors if you ask me. You guys give me your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.